Good evening, or good morning, or good afternoon, whenever time you are watching this. This is a Renee report. So, if you followed my stories on Instagram a few days ago saying how every week I'm going to do like a full out video, like it's not going to be on Insta stories first like I've been doing. I did do a video the last Renee report just because I couldn't save my stories and then edit them in or whatever, because I use another app to edit my whole video. So now I'm gonna do them like this every week, once a week, depending on, I'll do it Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. And the segment of what to watch, it'll be primarily what I've actually watched. So it's not like what I think you should watch, or I'll post like Insta stories about what I think you could watch and what I heard people are watching. But anyway, so this is like the new version of the Renee report, so I'm just gonna get right into it. I'm recording in my closet because it's way quieter and I can lock the door. Story number one is about Alec Baldwin and his wife Hilaria, who they have a huge age difference between them, but they're so happy, so in love. They just she gave birth to their 5th child, and they have, obviously they have other 4. I think it's a girl. Anyways, I just cannot get over, like, every time she has a baby, 3 days later, she looks like she never had a kid. So she's very into fitness, and I'm sure she works out while she's pregnant, which is what you should do. But she really does do it, so she looks great. This baby is a miracle rainbow baby for them because they suffered 2 miscarriages before this baby. So congratulations to them. And I feel like they're one of those couples that are really, truly in love with each other, and I really like them. And I'm a huge fan of Alec Baldwin. Like, anything he's in, I'll watch. Story number 2. I don't normally talk about the Kardashians just because I just don't. I don't know why. I don't really have a reason. I watch the show and I think they all look gorgeous. And I think my favorites are Khloe and Kendall. But I just don't normally talk about them. Anyways, they just announced on Wednesday that they are no longer gonna have Keeping Up with Kardashians. They're canceling the show next year. So after 20 or 21 seasons, they're done. I totally think it's a good time for them to end, even though, the show is entertaining. Anytime it's on, I watch it. I tend to watch the earlier seasons from like 5 years ago and before, because now if you watch them now, it's like they're mostly all home. Like, they even filmed a season in COVID. So they've been filming their show right now anyway. So not this season. The next season's going to be their last season. But I feel like they're not doing anything. They're just home, or there's some drama. They maybe go to a photo shoot or have something to do. But I think it's time to cancel it. So I don't know whose decision it was. I did read that Khloe was the most sad about it. I feel like she really enjoyed, because I feel like if you watch them, that's what I'm saying. I do watch the show. I just don't normally talk about the show or any of the Kardashians, just if something crazy happens. But the last couple seasons, they'll break the 4th wall. Like, they'll talk to the camera people and the producers, like, while filming. And Khloe does it the most. And I think she really liked doing that, which I love when reality shows do that. They're not supposed to break the 4th wall. And I love when they do that, because it's so amazing, because they're totally acknowledging they're on a show and people are watching, and it's a reality show, so they can acknowledge the camera crew. So that's probably the most interesting part about the show right now. But other than that, they're not really doing that. I mean, they're doing stuff. I feel like a lot of the filming is just taking, like, they're at their houses and then maybe they'll do something. So I think it's time to cancel. So I totally agree with that. Story number 3. I just read this earlier. It's about Chris Evans. So Chris Evans, Captain America, he's gorgeous. So I honestly try to find him on social media. I feel like I always find a lot of celebrities, you're going to run into like their fan pages, like on Instagram or Facebook. Him, I've tried to follow so many times and I can never really find his actual social media. So supposedly he took a nude picture of himself and then deleted it. So I don't know. I've been trying to find this picture. I mean, how nude can he be? I mean, he has a nice body. We've all seen him like shirtless. I mean, was it really bad? I don't know. I'm sure somebody like took a screenshot of it and we can find it somewhere, but I just thought that was funny. Then what's another story? Oh, another Chris. Okay, Chris Pines. He was in the revival of Star Trek. He played Captain Kirk. He's been in other things, but recently he's been in the Wonder Woman movies. He was in the first one. He's the pilot she falls in love with. So he is going to be in a movie with Harry Styles, and it's for sure. And it's a thriller, so it's like a scary movie. So for what to watch, I'll probably go into that. But speaking of Harry Styles, people really want him in a movie. That's what I've noticed. Because there's always rumors that he's in some movie. And he's only been in like one movie. I forget what it's called. But it was like a war movie. And he just barely was in it. And people freaked out. And I think his people, like his publicist, you need to be in a movie because everyone wants you in a movie. Because there was a rumor a couple weeks ago that he was going to be in a movie with Brad Pitt. And all these fans were like, oh. And I was even like, I want to see this movie. But it didn't happen. But he is going to be in a movie with Chris Pine. And it's going to be like a thriller movie. So I'll keep you tuned into that. So now I'm going to go into the segment of what to watch. So now on these videos, I'm going to actually talk about movies I've watched. Most of the time I say I'm going to watch it. I'm going to try to watch it. But this is going to go into depth about like the movies I've seen, what I liked about it. Spoiler alert. So don't watch the rest of this if you haven't seen the movie Palm Springs on Hulu, starring Andy Samberg. And then The Babysitter, Killer Queen. And I may go into something else I've watched. I can't think of it right now. Anyways, Palm Springs, it's on Hulu, and it's good. It's kind of like Groundhog Day. Andy Samberg, his character, and then the girl, she played the mom in How I Met Your Mother. She was in the last 2 seasons. I always forget her name. She's like his love interest, and they're just in this constant day in Palm Springs, and it's pretty good. It gets a little dark because you find, like their background and their emotional stuff. More her character than Andy Samberg's character. But I mean, and it's not dark. I'm the kind of person, I love comedies. And I like dark comedies, but I don't like when it gets into like a really dark part. Because that's not me. So it goes there a little bit. Very little. I mean, for me, it does. So you could watch it and you can be like, what is Renee talking about? Yeah, it's just for me. Like, there's some parts where I'm like, that got kind of dark. But it's really good. It has a good ending. A very happy ending. So, that's pretty much it about that. I thought I was going to talk longer about it. Okay, so The Babysitter, Killer Queen. It's a sequel to a Netflix movie called The Babysitter. And basically in the first movie, there's this babysitter, and her name's Bee. And honestly, I don't remember, I don't know any of the actors that are in it. Like, I know them, but I don't remember their names, so I don't know. I'm not really helping you with the actors. But anyways, if you've watched it, Anyways, the original Babysitter movie, or the first one, Cole is the main character and Bee is his babysitter, but she's like a Satan, not a Satan worshiper. She made a deal with the devil. And her job is to get other people to make a deal with the devil. So she has this like seance while she's babysitting him. And obviously he's way too old to have a babysitter. He's like 14. But anyways, so she vanishes, whatever. So this is 2 years later. He's in high school. Everyone knows about what happened, but they think he made it up. So that's the whole premise going into this movie. And then all this stuff. I like the sequel in a sense because most sequels try to do the same thing like they did in the first movie. And this movie didn't do that. It like went all over the map, which I didn't mind. My husband didn't really care for. But all in all, like the acting and the characters who were kind of very whatever in the first movie, they were like, they had more like good lines and they were funnier. So a lot of the characters were better in this movie, but all in all, I think the first movie was better. So that's it, because those are the only 2 movies I've watched. I have been watching The Crown. I think it's good. If you have not watched The Crown, it's really easy to get into. I think that's what's neat. I'm already on episode 4, and once I start watching it, I can get really, really into it, and that's what I love about it. And I want to finish it before they get into the 4th season, because that's with like Princess Diana and everything. So though that's the one thing I'm trying to watch. There are other movies coming out on Netflix. You know, I did watch. Did I talk about that? I think I did talk about I'm Thinking of Ending Things. I'm not sure. So anyways, that was an Insta video I did about I'm Thinking of Ending Things on Netflix. I watched it. I have to watch it again though, because it's a lot of dialogue. So if you like watching movies with a lot of dialogue and you can pay attention, it's perfect for you. I'm one of those people, I get very distracted when I'm watching a movie, so I have to rewatch it. But all in all, it's really, really good. And I liked it. I like when movies are weird, but I can get them. I sound like I'm so stupid. I'm not stupid or not intelligent. If it's a visual thing, I want to like know what is going on. And it's one of those wordy movies that the whole time I kind of could figure out what's going on. Because I'm not one of those people like, oh, I know what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen. I'm like, no, what's going to happen? But once it happens, I'm like, okay, that makes sense. So anyways, that was a good movie. And I think that's it for today's Renee report. I thought it would be a lot longer. It's only about 12 minutes. So I'm posting this on IGTV and YouTube. So follow me on YouTube. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing now. And I'll do more Instagram stories with what to watch, because I also post that on the radio show I'm on for their Instagram. So usually when I do that, I post the same thing on that Instagram. So yeah, so that's it. And then I am going to do a podcast and I will post about it. So that's it. This is the Renee report, kind of not edited, just like raw, and here I am. I don't even know if I'm really going to edit this one.